Pia Steckelbach, our correspondent, joins me for more here in studio. Thank you very much, Pia. So what's the difference between quiet quitting and, for example, just setting boundaries to your employer, saying, I don't want to work over the weekend, or I don't want to work over hours, as employers have often gotten used to asking?
Well, I guess what you're talking about is setting work-life boundaries and having a healthy work-life balance. And I guess everyone would define that differently. But quiet quitting is something that you can define pretty well. It means exactly that you only put the minimum effort in your job. You only stick within what's written in your job description, which means that, okay, you're told to work from 9 to 5, and you will really close this laptop at 5 and you go home. And it doesn't, you don't care about your coworker who might stay until 6 or 7. You just stick really within your job description. And people have described this phenomenon. I've been talking about this phenomenon quite a lot on social media, on TikTok, for example, and we were talking about especially young people, members of Gen Z and millennials. They're saying, okay, listen, we have experienced what happened during COVID. We've experienced how fast work can change and how fast this world can change. We don't want to go back to pre-COVID. And we, just in general, we want to live our lives in a better way. We are not like our parents who really just work all the time. And they were, as opposed to how young people feel right now, they were able to achieve life goals in a fairly young age. For example, buying your first house in the age of 25, maybe your parents were able to do so, but people on social media are saying that they themselves are not able to do so. So why should they work above and beyond if they cannot allow themselves to achieve certain things anyways? Again,
I don't want to be the devil's advocate, so I'll be the boomer's advocate, and I'll ask you, maybe if they do work harder, maybe if they are that employee that excels, that stays over time, they will get that bonus, they will get that upgrade, you know, in their job, etc., and they will be able to buy it. Isn't it a little bit, you know, putting your hands up and saying, you know, I just can't, it's useless, so I won't even try?
Exactly. That's what the boomers who also joined TikTok are saying, arguing against what people describe as quiet quitting or also silent quitting. But people are saying, listen, we're living in such unstable circumstances, also economically. They feel like it's just not worth it. They feel like they want to spend more time with their friends and family. They just validate that more than their actual jobs. And we're talking mostly about people who are working in corporate jobs, who are working for big firms, and they really feel like their bosses don't care about them personally. So why should they risk a burnout?
Again, to be an advocate this time for those millennials and Gen Zs, we can, of course, also talk about how work has changed. I mean, work is much faster nowadays. We're connected constantly. Often bosses expect that you will be connected to your device also during the evenings or weekends. So it's not really staying tied up at the office the way boomers were, at least 20, 30 years ago, where they stayed late and worked, you know, manually. The pace, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, was a bit slower.
Exactly, that's what they're also saying. Technology has changed, and this digital revolution that we've been experiencing also changed how people work in a massive way, and people are saying we're not ready to be available after our working hours. You know, I'm sure you know that yourself. You're just checking your emails at 8 p.m. while you're sitting on your sofa. People here are saying we won't do that. We will only do our hours, and we will not go above and beyond. We are just saying what we're just doing what we need to do in order to get our paychecks. So as opposed to how it sounds like quiet quitting, people are not actually quitting. People are staying within their job description and they're collecting their paychecks, but they are not doing any more of that. And of course, it really depends how much you identify with your job as well, because there are studies who say that if you're unhappy in your job, it also really influences how happy you're in general in life. If you are a quiet quitter and you're happy in your job, go for it. But if you really feel like, okay, your boss is expecting more and it influences how you feel at work, maybe it's not the right thing for you to do. And also, you cannot really climb the career ladder if you're a quiet quitter, that's for sure.
Pia, thank you very much. And also, we love this workspace, for example, but people don't call work home, okay, or family. I mean, you have a family, you have a home, hopefully. Keep it that way. This is work, home is home. Thank you very much.